Good evening and welcome to the Ghana TV9 News Bulletin for Thursday, October 30, 2025. I'm Colin Abrams. In the headlines tonight, East Coast teen dies after being struck by police vehicle after success. Serious crimes down 25%. Domestic murders on the rise, says Minister Warren. Government's digital push praised after tech-driven capture of bombing suspect. And police and military presence to be increased following Sunday night bombing. Now for the news in depth. Ghana continues to make major strides in reducing serious crimes nationwide. However, the Minister of Home Affairs, Onish Warren, says there's growing concern over the increase in domestic-related murders, which now demand targeted prevention and policing strategies. Adana Doric has more in this story.
Actually, I'm happy to report that there has not been an increase in serious. In fact, we are seeing a 25% decrease in serious crimes in Ghana from last year.
Minister Walren explained that offenses such as murder, armed robbery, robbery with aggravation, and execution style killings are all classified as serious crimes and collectively they're on the decline. However, she noted that domestic murders are trending upward, signaling the need for renewed focus on domestic violence prevention.
What we're seeing in the increases is the murder. And when you disaggregate the instances of murder in which there is an increase is the domestic murder. So it's not where somebody is walking execution type murders that you would find with gang wars and that kind of thing. You're finding the increase is based on domestic situations, and of course that speaks to the domestic violence. And so we've seen an increase in that regard. And so this helps us to know that we have to target our efforts to decreasing those and to domestic violence now has to be a priority in terms of our policing and how we target those.
Currently, Ghana boasts a 75% murder solving rate, which the ministers say is among the highest in the Caribbean, largely because many murders stems from domestic disputes that are more quickly solved. Turning to fight against narcotics, Minister Warren highlighted ongoing government investment in intelligence and detection capabilities, particularly at countries' airports and ports.
When I sat on the bench, it was one of the issues, and I see that we have tackled and had to grapple with, because what you find is that the smugglers are the ones that are being caught, but the masterminds are the ones that are still out there.
The minister commended agencies like CANU and the Narcotics Division for their success in detecting and intercepting illegal drugs before they leave the country.
KANU has seen, and the Ghana Police for Narcotics Division has seen tremendous success in detecting and the movement and proliferation of drugs. We have resisted at our borders, and we've seen with success from Guyana becoming a narco state, and we continue to invest lots of money as a government in these efforts so that our image is protected. And
despite these advances, Minister Walren acknowledged that fear and reluctance to come forward remain key challenges in prosecuting high-level traffickers. She assured that the government remains committed to strengthening intelligence networks, boosting interagency collaboration, and investing heavily in security resources to protect Ghana's reputation and ensure public safety. Adana Dore, Ghana TV9 News.
Thank you, Adana. A Thursday morning tragedy at Success East Coast Demerara has left a family and the school community in mourning after a 15-year-old student of Annandale Secondary School's Navendra Mahes was fatally struck down by a vehicle driven by a woman police corporal. Details in this report.
Police confirmed that the fatal accident occurred at around 7:30 hours along the Success Public Road. According to reports, the motor car PAB 2104 was proceeding west along the northern carriageway in the southern driving lane at the time when the third lane was active for morning traffic. CCTV footage reviewed by investigators shows Maz attempting to cross the roadway using the pedestrian crossing when the left front side of the vehicle collided with him, sending him several meters from the point of impact. Public-spirited citizens rushed to assist the injured teen, who was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation with severe head injuries and a fractured right leg. Sadly, he succumbed to his injuries at 9:56 hours while receiving medical attention. The driver, a 35-year-old police corporal, remains under close arrest as investigations continue to review surveillance footage and eyewitnesses' statements. In a statement, the Ministry of Home Affairs expressed deep sorrow over the teen's death and said police ranks are at the hospital providing support to the grieving family. The ministry also assured that the matter will be handled with transparency and urgency. The incident has reignited public calls for stricter enforcement of speed limits and better pedestrian safety measures along the East Coast corridor, particularly during school hours. Parents and residents in the area described the tragedy as heartbreaking and avoidable, urging drivers to exercise greater caution near crosswalks and school zones. The body of young Navindra Maz lies at the Georgetown Public Hospital mortuary, awaiting a post-mortem examination. Calvin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
Technology is taking center stage in the fight against crime, and this week it's being hailed by the Ghana Police Force for helping to swiftly capture the Venezuelan man accused of carrying out Sunday night's deadly bombing at the mobile gas station on Regent Street. The blast claimed the life of a 6-year-old girl and left 4 members of her family hospitalized. Details in this report.
The Ghana Police Force says cutting-edge technology and interagency coordination led to the swift capture of the man behind last Sunday's fatal explosion in Georgetown. The suspect, identified as Venezuelan national Daniel Alexander Ramirez Priedomo, was apprehended by police ranks at Virgin Eugene Sideline Dam, East Bank, Essequibo. Investigators believe that he entered Ghana on the same day of the bombing and later detonated the explosive device at the mobile gas station, killing a child and injuring 4 others. During a media briefing, Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken credited the force's use of advanced digital systems and artificial intelligence for tracking the suspect's movements and coordinating his arrest.
This success underscored the integration of modern policing technology with traditional investigation work, demonstrating the force's growing capacity in countering terrorism and digital intelligence operations.
Hicken explained that the operation brought together several specialized units under the newly established Organized Task Force. He added that the ongoing investigation is being supported by Interpol and other international partners to determine whether the attack was part of a broader criminal network or an isolated act.
That the incident demonstrated the force's capability, discipline, professionalism, support by the effective use of technology and intelligence policing. I reaffirmed that the Guyana Police Force remains resolute and relentless in the duty of protecting the public, ensuring that any act of terror or violence is met with decisive and lawful action.
Meanwhile, Minister of Home Affairs Onij Walband said the success demonstrates the government's continued investment in modern technology is producing real results for law enforcement and the public.
It is all bringing forth fruit, and within less than 72 hours we had a major breakthrough with something that would have taken weeks, months, sometimes most likely would have gone unsolved. But we were able to use the technology and the investment that government has made. And that is what I want us all to leave with, that we continue to lead this security sector, making investments. They are made with vision and with an attempt, with the vision of and the strategy of making sure that our citizens remain safe. And all of our programs and investments are with that in mind.
Under the leadership of President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, several agencies have been outfitted with new digital tools aimed at improving efficiency and service delivery. President Ali has pledged to propel Ghana fully into the digital age by mid-2026, revolutionizing policing, governance, and citizen security in the process. Calvin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
The Georgetown Mayor and City Council (MNCC) has warned that it will be taking stronger action against businesses and residents occupying public reserves, pavements, and roadways across the city. Several businesses, particularly along King Street, have extended their operation onto pavements and parking reserves, leaving little room for public use. Similar encroachments, such as no parking signs, barriers, and unauthorized structures, are widespread in commercial areas. City Hall has also raised concerns about vendors and mobile food operators who have set up permanent operations at key junctions, blocking pedestrian walkways and disrupting traffic flow. The council says it will soon enforce stricter measures to reclaim these spaces and restore order to the capital. More of the news after the break. Stay with us.
Guyana Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamahar Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Celebrate Christmas the Guyanese way with 7 days of magic and adventure. Feel the streets come alive with lights, decor, and carols. Share in the delicious joy of favorites like pepper pot, black cake, and even ginger beer. Then explore Guyana's attractions, the majestic kite show, scenic tour on the Demerara Essequibo, and Mahaika rivers. 7 days, one unforgettable Christmas. Join us. Let's discover Guyana this Christmas.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 building.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Since Sunday night's bombing, which claimed the life of a child and left 4 others injured, the Guyana Police Force and the Guyana Defense Force have ramped up their presence nationwide. Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken made this revelation during a media conference earlier this week. Here's more.
The public will notice heightened police and military presence across Guyana following Sunday night's deadly bombing that killed a 6-year-old girl and injured 4 of her family members. A Venezuelan national, along with 9 others, have been taken into police custody in connection with the blast at the mobile gas station on Regent Street. According to police, the main suspect confessed that he brought the explosive device from Venezuela in the early hours of Sunday before placing it at the gas station later that evening. During a media briefing, Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken said the strengthened security posture is part of coordinated efforts to reassure the public and maintain order.
And if you move across the country immediately after this press statement we have here, you're going to see increased police on the road, but you're going to see police and soldiers on the road, and we've beefed up all the border locations in terms of policing and the rest of areas that we. And if you roll on the road tonight, you're going to see patrols on the road too.
Commissioner Hicken underscored that while the force is not on high alert, the officers are maintaining an increased state of vigilance. He said the safety of citizens as well as that of law enforcement ranks remain top priority. The Guyana Police Force is also collaborating with Interpol and other international agencies to determine the motive behind the attack.
Guyana, we made our position clear that we need to have more collaboration and cooperation, especially as it relates to exchanging information on individuals who are part of these organized criminal groups, for example, the Sindicato, is another group in Venezuela that is creating havoc in other countries. That's the trend they have. So we are very concerned whenever we have incidents of this nature.
Crime Chief Wendell Bladham confirmed that investigators have requested greater information sharing and technical support from their global counterparts to aid the probe. Preliminary findings suggest the prime suspect has ties to Venezuelan gangs operating along the Ghana-Venezuela border. Photos circulating online show the man posing with several military-grade weapons and ammunition. Coleman Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Priya Manikchand, has called on the Neighborhood Democratic Council NDC officials in Region 3 to ensure that government services are delivered efficiently, compassionately, and with a focus on citizens' needs. Details in this report.
Your role is to make sure this region runs smoothly and carries out all the policies of the government.
The minister reminded officials that their primary responsibility is to guarantee that government policies and programs reach every citizen. This includes access to quality healthcare, education, improved infrastructure, farm markets, roads, and social benefits such as old age pensions, the Because We Care grant program, and the $100,000 cash grant.
We expect efficient, kind, people centered, service oriented. That is the kind of service that we're going to expect and demand of your region.
Minister Manikchand emphasized that efficiency, compassion, and accountability are essential to community development and ensuring citizens receive the services they deserve. This engagement is part of the series of structured consultation with RDCs, NDCs, and municipal councils across Guyana aimed at strengthening local governance and public service delivery. Adana Doric, Ghana TV9 News.
Ghana is this week joining countries across the region in observing Pesticides Week 2025 under the theme Make Food Safe, Not Poisonous, Use Pesticides Wisely. The campaign, led by Registrar Tricia David Garnath of the Pesticides and Toxic Chemicals Control Board, aims to raise awareness about the safe use and handling of pesticides, protecting both human health and the environment.
Pesticide Awareness Week is an annual initiative designed to educate farmers, homeowners, and the wider public on responsible pesticide practices, from proper storage and application to reading labels and using protective gear. Through school programs, workshops, and media outreach, the PTCB is encouraging safer habits to reduce misuse, prevent food contamination, and safeguard the nation's food supply. Ms. David Garnett explained that pesticides are not limited to agriculture. They are also common in household, including products like mosquito sprays and rat baits. Improper use, she warned, can lead to serious health effects, including cancer, neurological damage, nausea, and reproductive problems.
Pesticides are a group of chemicals that are widely used in agriculture and our homes. A lot of times when persons hear pesticides, they only think of agriculture because they're used widely in agriculture to control pests and disease that affects crops. Mainly, you have different types, insecticides, herbicides, and many homeowners also would use pesticides.
The registrar stressed that pesticide labels are the law, offering vital guidance on safe use, dosage, and personal protection. Ignoring these instructions, she noted, puts lives at risk.
Pesticide labels are the law. It's the main information source that you would get on any pesticide package. It's the label, and it would tell you, first and foremost, what you need to do when you're using it. And that's how you come about to understand what is using it wisely. The label will tell you you need to wear a respirator if you're going to spray this product.
The PTCB continues to host training and awareness sessions nationwide, reaching not only farmers but also students, families, and homemakers. Research indicates that women exposed to pesticides are up to 50% more likely to develop cancer, underscoring the importance of informed use.
So one of the things the Pesticides Board has done from, I think, the dawn of the board is a lot of training and awareness sessions with our farmers and pesticide users. And then in 2015, we even branched off of just farmers in the field using pesticides to housewives, children in schools, families. We branched off into different aspects of training and awareness because we've recognized that pesticides are not only affecting our farmers that are using it in the agriculture sector, but it could be affecting persons at home. A recent study showed that a lot of women that are exposed to pesticides, at least 50%, are more likely to develop cancers than women that are not.
Ms. David Garnett reminded all pesticide users that safety begins with knowledge and personal responsibility, reading the labels, using right equipment, and never cutting corners when it comes to protecting lives. Adana Dora, Ghana TV9 News.
And that has brought us to the end of tonight's newscast. Remember to check out our Facebook and YouTube platforms at GUI TV9 for more trending stories. I'm Colin Abrams. Good night.